Hi everyone, it's Queen Ola here. If you are just coming across my channel, I would like to say a very big thank you for stopping by and you are welcome. So in today's episode of Pastry Made Easy with Queen Ola, we are going to be making the easiest and simplest samosa sheets. Okay, trust me guys, this process is very simple and straight to the point, and you only need 3 ingredients for it. Yes, 3 ingredients. So first of all, you want to start by putting in your sifted flour. For this recipe I used about 1.5 cup of flour. So dig a well in your bowl in the bowl of your sifted flour, and you are going to add in a teaspoon of salt. Okay, you don't need it to be too much, it's just to make it sweet. A teaspoon of salt. Then you go forward to putting in about 3 to 6 tablespoons of cold water. Yes guys, you need cold water for this process, just to keep your dough firm and in order for it not to be sweaty. Now when you are finished mixing, you do not need an overly stiff dough in this recipe. You just need something that is slightly stiff. Yes, you need a slightly stiff dough for this recipe. Now when you are done with that, you place it on your work surface table and then you begin to roll it out one after the other. So what you do is you take one, just as you are seeing in this video, and elongate it. Okay, so once you finish spreading it, once you finish rolling it, right, all you need to do is just to cut it into little sizes, just as you are seeing in this video. Cut it into little sizes. Okay, I think this process took about 30 minutes to be done with. Okay, this process took about 30 minutes to be done with. So once you finish rolling that out, you cut it into different sizes, and after cutting into different sizes, you shaping them into like a round shape so that it will be easy for you to spread. Now you do not need it to be too round. That's when you are spreading each one of them. You don't need it to be too round. And please guys, be generous with your flour. You don't have to be stingy with it in this process, because you know it's just flour and salt recipe. It's a flour and salt recipe. Now you could add black pepper, you could add your red pepper or your paprika, just for the color, just to enhance the color and nothing more. So once you finish doing this, once you finish spreading this, just as so, I'm taking my time to show you how I was able to spread it. Okay, you just need something a bit round. So the next thing you want to do now is to take your groundnut oil with your brush and just spread oil on it. Now the reason why we are spreading oil round the dough is because we are going to be stacking about 4 of these round spreads. Okay, 4 of these round sheets, we are going to be spreading it on top. We are going to be layering them on top of each other. So once you are done spreading your oil evenly on the surface, right, you will now sprinkle flour on it for easy removal. We will sprinkle flour on it for easy removal. Now once that is done for your first sheet, you set it aside. Okay, so once you set it aside, you roll the rest just as so, and after rolling the rest just as so, you are going to, this is the last one. So you can see the way I was able to stack the 4 of them together. So now after stacking the 4 of them together like that, you take your rolling pin and then you spread them evenly to the size of your pan. You will spread it evenly, just as you are seeing here, to the side of the pan. Now the use of the oil and the flour is just for easy removal, because we are still going to heat up this dough. Okay, we are going to heat up the sheet on a flat pan, so just stay with me. Trust me guys, it's an easy process. It may take time, but it is an easy process, and you are going to be getting more in a short time. Do you get? So instead of you to stand and just be doing your samosa sheet one after the other, this is a very, very recommended process. Okay, so once you are done rolling it out, guys, you need to be careful here because the heating process is can be very, very tedious due to the heat on the pan. So you actually need a very low heat for this process. You don't need your sheet to crack. You don't need a cracking sheet. In fact, in this video, I'm going to show you one of my sheets that cracked. Okay, so you don't need a cracking sheet. You need to be very, very careful. Once you are able to heat up your pan in about 10 to 15 seconds, you should be able to like flip over. Okay, you should be able to flip over. Now I will just be showing you, if you notice this, there are some bubbles that are already coming up after about 10 seconds, right? There were some bubbles already coming up. So once those bubbles begin to come up just as so, then it is time for you to spread. You can see the way I'm trying to ensure my hand doesn't get too hurt. Okay, so you have to be very careful and you need enough patience for this process. Okay, so after doing that, you can see the way the air, the bubbles, so that air that is inside just goes to show you that your dough is ready. Okay, so once you're able to get that, then you begin to separate it. You can see the reason why we used the oil. Now, using of the oil and the flour helped this process to be very simple. Now, this is the stiff sheet. Now, just imagine, I think for 3 minutes, 3 seconds or 10 seconds or 7 seconds, that I was just trying to separate the first batch from it, right? Look at the way I already got a stiff sheet. Although we still used it, but trust me, guys, you really do not want that. Just as you've already seen in the first sheet that was rolled out, or in the first sheet that was removed or separated, that is exactly what you want. Okay, you really do not want that stiff sheet. This is me showing you. You can see the way it has already become hard. So you have to be very careful, very fast, and you need patience, guys. You need enough patience. So after that, we were able to, the next thing you want to do is just to cut through the edges, okay, so that we'll get a round surface. So you take your cutter and then you just cut the edges. You place your bowl on it and then you just cut the edges. Okay, just cut the edges through and remove the dough. So make sure you cut the edges. You can also use knife for this process, so it's not hard. I intentionally used my home plate so that you will see that all these instruments are things that you can get at the confinement of your kitchen, so you don't have to break the bank for them. So now, one important tip you need to understand is that why I said initially that it gives you more with less time is because for just these 4 stacks of sheets, we are going to be dividing it into 4. Now, 4 times 4 is equals 16. So it already automatically gives you 16 sheets. Now, if you do this process, if you want to do samosa and spring roll for about maybe 50 people, right? If you want to do it for about 50 people, just run through this process about 3 to 4 times and you are good to go. Okay, you are good to go. So it's really not that difficult. So the first thing you want to do after cutting out the edges and ensuring for a perfectly round sheet is to place one sheet into half and then you cut through. You can see the way I separated them. After cutting it through, then you add the first sheet and you just cut it. So now this is me just showing you how easy it is. Once you are done, in order to get the quarter size, you would place another one sheet on the other just to get a perfectly triangled shape, like shape. Okay, a perfectly triangled shape. So you just gently cut through all of those. I'm just taking my time to show you how it is done. Now trust me, like I said, it is not hard. Constant practice would get you a perfect result. Okay, so once you're able to achieve that, the next thing you just want to do is to stack and set aside. All you just need to do is to stack it and set aside, and your sheets are done. You can see, like, we are getting 16 in one, right? So this is, for me, way better than, having to do it one after the other. Although there are about 4 to 6 methods to doing your samosa sheet, but trust me guys, this particular one has been a game changer since I've started doing it, and I know that it can also be a game changer for you too. So all you just need to do is to repeat the process, and then you can get as many sheets as you desire. So this is me, just, although this is not really like part of it, but I'm just trying to show you how I was able to wrap the sheets, putting in the samosa filling, and how it came out. This process also lasts really long in your freezer for as long as you want to keep it there. Just make sure it is well refrigerated, and it is also crunchy, like it is crunchy on the outside. So let me know if you want to learn how to put in your filling. If you want to learn it, then I will definitely oblige and I will post it online. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.